Yes. Welcome, sir. So it is live now. Please start.
Yeah, thank you, Shabana. My name is Haridas. So I am very pleased to be with you for this program. So I am basically a mechanical engineer with an MBA, but post MBA I switched to a sales career. I primarily worked with engineering companies, then moved on to a telecom startup. In fact, I ran my telecom startup for several years. Then post COVID, again there was a career switch, and I joined this financial institution. So where I'm heading the bullion investments and the investment loans category with this Muthoot Group. So when Mavin, Ms. Shabana, and the group, when we interacted, so I felt that one of the topics, especially we interview a lot of people these days, see, the Muthoot Group employs something like 40,000 people. So quite many of the positions we require are customer facing and frontline. So, in fact, there is actually a shortage of people who can actually face the customer and sell our product or services. So that's when I felt that, maybe one of the first topics to start with would be the misconceptions about the sales career, and why people hesitate in entering a sales field, and to educate the audience about the plus points of a sales career and what is exciting, and probably take an informed decision about starting this as a career. Yes, Shubhana? Yeah, as I said, see the yeah, more. Next. Next. Yeah, see, let's look at why the sales as it is. There is a general perception that salespeople are manipulative, they are liars, they're pushy, and it's always a very stressful job where you have to constantly struggling between targets and the company pressure and things like that, and it's a very unstable career. I mean, these are the kind of misconceptions. Next. You take a look at it, these are the stereotypes which is commonly faced. They are pushy, manipulative, stressful job. Many of the people, in fact, even some of the people we hire recently. So after before even the game actually starts, many of them, come and request us for a job in administration or other operations. So I found it quite surprising, especially youngsters, who are supposed to be full of energy and ambitious. So why would they offer an administrative job, which is in fact a closed end? There is no competitive advantage we can gain in an administrator. You can be replaced with another person very easily, but that is not the case with a seasoned sales professional. So so that's why I felt that we should take a look at this misconceptions, and next. So let's look at the reasons for why sales deserves a closer look and a better recognition. You know, the primary reason is that the sales is the engine driving the an organization's revenue. See, you might have the best technology in the world, you might have a world-breaking invention. Fine, that's good to start with. But as long as it doesn't reach the audience which it is targeted for, it's as good as useless. So sales is the division, or the sales team are the people who take these solutions or services or products to the final customers the organization is targeting, and they are the people who convert uh, these prospects or targets to an actual customer and bring in the revenue, and help the company gain traction and gain market share and come into a profitable business. So that is something which may be lacking in other. See, the other. I'm not mentioning the other departments like the IT or the administration or accounts or finance. Every division or every stream has its own advantages and other things. But these are all supporting function. As long as you don't have business, where is the room for these supporting functions to operate? So these are all these divisions exist because when you have customers, when you have business, when you have transactions happening on a daily basis, that's when all these divisions become relevant. So so that is so that is the that is where the real power, see, that is something which people don't realize. The salesperson, the general, even though the general perceptions remain like the stereotypes I've just displayed, the power of the salesperson comes from this primary fact, that he is the one who actually pays the salaries of all other support functions. So even for the top management, always, they work on the strategic plan, 5-year plan, 3-year plans, and which is further broken into several monthly and weekly plans. It's the sales team which are actually driving this and making into an actual reality. So that is where you draw your power, and you draw your soft power or your security, and you should realize that. So once you realize it and you live up to the expectations of the management, then you are the king. Next man. Yeah, that's what I said. It's a sales is the engine which drives the revenue of the organization. You draw your power from it. Others will respect you for it. Yeah, the R&D or the product team or the finance team. Next. So one more thing I would love to mention is that, see, especially when you are young, see, who would want to be caught up in a 9 to 5, the typical 9 to 5 job, which is monotonous. You come every day, you punch in, you log in, you start doing the chores, concerning the various other divisions, and so especially when you are in your early 20s or early 30s, when you're full of energy and enthusiasm, so that can be a dampener. So but sales, that's not the case. Sales, you are always flexible. Many of the companies offer, you have the work from home options, even if not work from home. In fact, see, I worked primarily with two companies during my early years of my sales career. Almost together, it accounted for about something like 15, 16 years. So the entire 16 years I operated from home. My head office was always in Delhi. I operated from my house. One company officially had at that time in the early 2000s, we had this policy. It was an American multinational company. They offered this work from home option. They used to call it home office, and we had the entire equipment required for running this business from home. I used to move around and meet our dealers, meet our customers, and occasionally meet with the higher officers. We would meet in a cafe or in a hotel, and we would often meet in every quarter. We would have a sales meeting in one of the good offsite locations or resorts. So all it mattered was sales is a game of numbers. So as long as you are delivering the number, you are on the detailed sales plan or business plan which the management has agreed with you, then that's it. That's your job. You don't have to punch in at a particular location and do this. So that's something I would say is a big plus point. Next. Yeah, other part which people may have overlooked is that the sales offers tremendous opportunity for earnings. It's not just the pay. Many of the companies pay you very well, especially the multinational companies and the technology companies. They pay you a lot of money, and additionally, since I'm with the financial services industry now, I can tell you that tremendous incentives can be earned. See, we have people earning at several levels, the frontline level as well as at the middle level, who earn almost as much as their salaries as the incentives or other equally beneficial perks. So this is something which other departments may lack. So that flexibility is not available for them. So these, even though many people get scared with the fact that you're always counted on the numbers. So once you master this game, as I said, once you learn to enjoy that power and live up to the expectation and really lead from the front, then the recognition will come your way, and you will earn tremendously from these incentives and the increased pay. So that's really it's one of the best part of a sales career. Next. Yeah, another aspect of a sales career is that, see, in any organization, let's say when you start as an intern, or you start as a trainee or a frontline person in any of the divisions, the career the career move upwards can be very daunting. You may enjoy some moments in the early, the within the first 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years, but probably once you cross that, 7 or 8 years, you will hit something called a mid management obstacle. Because, see, not everyone goes to the top, not everyone crosses the mid management in a regular career, because it's very competitive. The people move, the management takes people from outside. So it's a very highly competitive field. But when you are in sales, when you are an exceptionally high performer, you're always, the thing is that, you are always in the limelight. In the limelight means, management always see you, and your performance you can always claim, or you can thump your chest, saying that, these are my numbers, see, I deserve this position, or I would love to go for this position, or something like that. You can always take your claim, and by and large you will be recognized. So it's a fast track career to the mid and the management above, with the performance of the sales and of the associated the fields. You can move up your career fast, much faster than what you do in the others. Most of the other divisions, what happens is, you mostly work as a team. Very difficult to quantify your contribution, especially in product development, R&D, and in finance. But that's not the case with sales. Sales, you have very clearly defined the sales quotas. You have your customer list. Many companies divide it as hunter gatherer, various names they classify it. So whatever is assigned, if you have done exceptionally well, you have a fantastic chance of progressing in your career and reaching the highest positions available within an organization. Next, man. One more positive about the sales career is that it's a see, the kind of skills you develop, like the confidence, your communication skills, your ability to face people, understand and read the situation, and maybe manage accounts, and if you're on the hunter role, acquire new businesses. It will give you a lot of confidence and insights on gaining business and understanding people. So these kind of soft skills, coupled with a few other hard skills on sales, it will help you navigate to other career options within the company. You can easily shift to customer care. You can easily shift to a product manager type roles. So all these fields, you clearly have an advantage over others. So because, so not many people have the customer facing experience in a company. I interact with a lot of people. Within moment, I can say that, whether this guy is on a customer facing role or not, because it's so telling. Someone who has not faced a company, he may be good at his technology, he may be good at his product, but if he's not faced a customer, he doesn't understand the business. I think that's where the salespeople score the highest. You understand the customer, you understand competition, you understand the dynamic marketplace. Then understanding your product or technology or other related aspects is a walk in the park. So, in fact, I should tell you that I have never moved parallelly in my industry. In fact, most of the people, what the salespeople for a quick career growth, what they do is that move to a competitor. That's is your easier path. I started with my career with an automotive company. Then I joined an oil company in the lubricant sales, and even within the lubricant company, initially I was in retail. Then I wanted to experience the industrial business. That's the B2B business of the company. So I was there. The last position I held in that company was the regional manager of the industrial business in a zone. Then I switch. Then I switched to not to a competitor oil company. I switched to an industry where can do something called like a technical fabrics. The only thing common was that we served the same the customer base of the transport or the trucks division. One of the products. So that was again, at least we had something like 12, 13 verticals we were doing that product have found application in. So the switch, the people who interviewed me see the skills which are transferable. The skills I learned in my previous job were easily transferable to my new job. That's why I got the new job. Then again, from that role, okay, the technology had been gaining ground, and the services industry was rapidly growing with the technology. I wanted to experience it. That's why I quit that company and moved to a startup in telecom services. So we set up this. Me and a friend, we set up this telecom services in the optical fiber-based solutions. So I had the first hand experience of a startup. The difficulties in gaining customer. But I would say that the kind of skills you gained, in fact, any product or service, I've realized that see, the when you move from a very big company or a large brand to when you are on your own, the biggest obstacle you have is that you don't have a brand name. That means you lack credibility. When you stand in front of the customer, you will struggle to defend yourself. So I would say that so I was able to manage that due to my skill set, experience, and confidence, and we did well. Of course, subsequently, due to the various issues associated with the COVID and lockdowns, we had to close down that. Again, I could switch to a financial services industry. I mean, in one of the group companies where we were selling bullion and investment loans. So this skill transfer is it's a big thing. Only the sales guys have the advantage. They see the fire in you. They see the skill sets you have, which can be easily transferred, can be used in their industry. Next one. Yeah, adding to the my previous statement, when you run your own business, the first thing is that, as I said again, you might have the technology, you might have the capital, you might have the product or supply capability, but you have to take it to the customer who will buy it and pay you handsomely, profitably for your business to be worthwhile. So again, salespeople score high because they have the confidence. Someone who knows only the product or the understand only the finance or the technical side of it, might struggle with the customer. Again, sales guy will score high because he's not afraid of the customer. He has the supreme confidence in his product and how the customer can be benefited by buying his solutions or product. So with that attitude and the swag, when you approach a customer, it's going to be a hit. So once you add your first customer, second customer, third customer, then the business starts rolling in and your revenues will start turning in and you will become profitable. That's how your own business experience goes. Next man. So now let's look at, see, these are the some of the advantages of the sales career, I would say now, especially for the youngsters, who are starting out and who are probably exploring the career options from the college. I would say is that we will take a look at a few gems. How it is especially appealing to them. Next. See, sales is a career with low entry barrier. In fact, see, I would tell you about an experience. When I joined this, my current role, we have this call center where we were accessing the customer for the follow up of various payments and monthly schemes and stuff like that. So I had one or two MBA guys, who joined as management trainees and who were overseeing the operations. So when I looked at one of the guys, I asked him one day, again, and after doing this MBA, I mean, what are you doing this call center? I mean, which is a routine job. I mean, this is not a career for a guy like you. I mean, who has the personality, who has the skills to really hit the market and doing the selling. So, in fact, he took my advice and he moved out in a short time. I mean, I lost him, but that was for his good. So he became an account manager with Naukri, and it's been almost 3 or 4 years. He's doing extremely well. So that's good thing about the sales career is that there is low barriers to entry. Almost anyone can join the sales field if you have the right attitude, have the right personality, and the interest to make a career in sales. Next. Now, see, one thing we all love, especially the youth, is that as I said initially, I mean that's a case with most of the people, and even for the business leaders at several levels, irrespective of the age or the life cycle they are in. I would say is that everyone loves a thrill ride, right? Nobody wants to do a monotonous job wherein you come in every day, do the same thing over and over, and have the same routine 5 days a week or 6 days a week, for 4 weeks a month, something like that. But other than sales career, most of the divisions, departments offer something like that, but not sales. So when you join sales, every day is a new day. It's a new beginning. You don't know what is awaiting you in the market, who is awaiting you, what is going to hit you. There's always a challenge. You are always challenged. They say that the biggest problem facing the youth today, especially the millennials, may not be so much. At least for the Gen Z, I can tell with first hand is that with the increased comfort, communication, and other material comforts, they lack challenges. So what happens? They get lost in scrolling endlessly through the social media without adding much value, without having a purpose, without even probably contributing much to their own purpose or to their organization. But when you are in sales, there is no dawdling. You can't slow down. You are on the fast track. You have to drive at certain speed. That's how the sales path is defined. It's the constant rush of adrenaline. So if you have that fire, if you have that energy, if you love that adrenaline rush, if you work with some of the top brands, top companies, who are managed extremely well by really smart guys, you will enjoy it. See, the career is not just about a place to work, a decent pay at the end of the day. So being human beings, if you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter. But we all need to have some challenge, right? We need some excitement. We need some thrill to remain human. We are not robot. Though the modern management and especially the technology is kind of enslaving you and making you into a monotonous workplace tool, it will eventually, it's very damaging to yourself. So when you are in sales, there is no room for that. You are guaranteed for even till your last day on your job. That is assured. Next one. See, one more thing is that when you work within an organization, you have limited career, limited networking opportunities. So, as you are aware, your career, even your life, social life, personal life, see, everything depends on you need to be connected. We live in a connected world. See, you can be proficient or you can be good at in your own walk of life, your own line of profession. But if you're widely network, you network with a wide, from a spectrum of people across the industry, across life, different people at different life cycles. The perspective you gain and the advantages and the connections you build are will be really invaluable, which you might miss if you work within the confines of four walls of an organization. When you're out on the field, meeting customers, meeting your channel partners, your logistics people, a whole lot of exposure and the connections you build, it will add to you tremendously, which will help you in various ways, not just on business, even at personal level. Many of them, you will strike thick friendships. So that is something I would say as a plus point. It comes as a byproduct. It's not that you do it. It's part of your job. That's one way to build connections and also help you get customer referrals and understand about competition and also about the product and what is happening in the industry, whether any other products or technology is coming to replace, and there are a lot of things like that. So this unlimited opportunity for networking and connecting across your society, across the industry, attending seminars, attending various customer forums, that will be tremendous. Next man. Okay, the one I always say something which you miss is thing. Sales is always about. They say that despite your best precautions, best management approach, there are always crises which the salesperson has to solve. It may not necessarily have to do with your role. It may have originated from a product complaint, from a logistic failure, or from a finance shortfall. Could be anything. But the customer can be really upset and can be fuming. The account could be worth crores, and the anger of that customer may not be just limited to one the loss of that particular business. Considering the influence of that customer and his, if he's an industry leader, it can have other rub-off effect, and you might lose other business or even potential businesses. So the impact could be very high. So a salesperson, he's he gets. I mean, you learn it. When you start off initially. See, I can tell you about one example wherein I faced in one of the lubricant companies when I worked. Initial early days, the company wanted to save money, and we fell short on insuring our goods. So we were moving the goods across Karnataka, and the truck met with an accident. We had lost almost half a truckload of quite a lot of oil was damaged when the truck overturned. Obviously, the problem is not with me. It is with the logistics. But the point is that the company's money is at stake. We failed to insure. We don't know whose fault it is, but you are the point man. You are the man on the line. It's your customer, who is suffering. So I had to hit the road and meet up with the go to the location, talk to the transporter. So what it turned out, what I've learned is that eventually, see, when I was a young executive, the transporters, how rough and they can be really intimidating. But somehow I could strike a chord with him, and these people eventually he agreed to buy that oil because transporter need oil. He has a fleet of trucks. So after that incident, we gave him a huge discount, good discount. Company was happy to get rid of that. We cut our losses. We could salvage that much of amount, and I made a good friend eventually. After that, he referred a lot of customers, and we became good friends. So that's a way. What starts as a crisis, as a confrontation, as hostile uh, situations, if you handle it with maturity, calmness, I think it really helps you in your life, not just during your career, even outside of your career, personal life, family life. When you face situations, you develop an unflappable personality. You don't get shaken by the surprises of life. So I don't think any other career options prepare you like the sales career does. Next. This is something which I've realized of late. See, what is sales actually? See, today, when you work for a large company, when you work for a large brand, your competitors are also equally powerful. When I was working for Mobile, we were trying for, let's say, when we were bidding for large power projects or cement company business, they used to do this tender sort of business, and the shortlisted vendors will be called for the final round. There may be 3 or 4 companies. So when I look around, I see, guys like me who are equally good or better than me, with powerful brands like Shell, Castrol, Indian Oil. So that's the power of the competition. So how do you distinguish yourselves? You could claim a few points, the technical merit of your product, the additional services or benefit you offer, maybe some price advantage here there, but everybody will have some chip up his sleeve, right? When you have powerful competitors, they are also equally smart, equally good. So what will make the difference? So that is where you learn to connect with the customer, engage him, your equation with him as a person. So when I do it as Haridas, eventually many of the customers told me, I gave you the order because I liked you. I didn't trust many of your other customers. I know they had better options. They had a better price. I would have saved so much. But I didn't like him. I don't trust him. So this trust, this personal rapport, this level of engagement, you learn to connect with another. It's a commercial transaction. Nevertheless, it's people in flesh, blood, and bonds, who actually run these companies or these businesses, and they are your customers. So you learn to connect with them psychologically, engage them, give them confidence, give them trust. Then the business is yours. Again, as I said in the previous case, this is a learning which can be transferred to your other walks of life, personal life, family life, or other situations. You get a lot of insights into the human nature, the people, how they behave under stress, when they are not under stress. Whole lot of things into the you learn to dive deep into the human psyche, which I don't think any other career option offers. So today, you know, you are in the age of something called neuro marketing. That's the uh, combined option of neuroscience and marketing. It's like various tools are being used where neuroscience is blended with marketing. Uh, it is nothing but the clever blend of psychology and influencing the customers using various EEG, various other props and things like that. So more and more technology they are using, and applying this neuroscience to influence the customer behavior. They say that in one of the studies, this as a science, when Netflix in their widgets, the thumbnails, they actually did a major study on on the how to develop thumbnails. You might think that it's just a simple thing, which where you click and see what is the what that particular movie or series is about and go. They actually did a detailed study on the thumbnail and and researched the customer behavior, and accordingly they redesigned their thumbnails and increased their customer engaged by something like 30%. So that's the level of psychology, or its counterpart neuroscience, is being applied in marketing and business acquisition today. Next. Okay, now we have seen now the various misconceptions or the hang-ups about the sales career, why people desist from entering a sales career, and what are the compelling reasons, for choosing a sales career over others. Now, having spent about 3 decades in good brands, good companies, and across various industries, and also the timing also matters. See, when I started the career, the business was all about the sales was all about, you have a product, or you have a solution. Then you travel across the country, set up the clearing and forwarding agents or depots, warehouses. Then you appoint the wholesale distributors. Then go about promoting your products to the retail sales or to the final customers if you are in B2B. And that's the final touch point wherein the customer buys your product or service and the revenue comes to you. So, but as I said, I made the switch from product to the services. So I've realized that the services are heavily influenced by the technology today. We are in the artificial intelligence age now, where today any of the solutions or technology based businesses where they are applying this life cycle of this customer acquisition, which I mentioned as a physical activity of uh, establishing across the country all this logistical and sales network. Today it's being done over technology, over through smartphones, social media. An average company, let's take the case of Cred. They say that they acquired something like, in about 18 months, about 2 million customers. This they did not do it by having or establishing such a big network across the country. Clever use of technology in using the latest tools, social media, customer acquisition. So that's why it's always an exciting field. One of the reasons, as I said, is that what I loved about my career is that it's always challenging. Every day is a new day. So as a person, it keeps you alive, doesn't give you monotony. You always have a smile at the end of the day. You struggle, you are stressed out during the day, but at the end of the day, having achieved some closure of the particular problem and achieved your objectives, you climb another step. So that confidence, that excitement, what you get, that's something I loved. Then next point is that this in fact, see, when I worked and when I did my own business, what I found the difference was that when I was traveling around the country and meeting with this large network, what I enjoyed was actually meeting different type of people in different geographies, different cultures and languages. So which I realized, when I did my own business in the telecom, I had very limited opportunity. I was operating in a much smaller universe. So that's when I realized that I enjoyed always meeting, a wide spectrum of people, different personalities, weird personalities, intimidating personalities, very jovial, convivial people, excellent personalities you'll remember forever. You become friends forever. There are some people who abhor you, who hate you, all kinds of personalities, obnoxious people. But that is something you enjoy. Now, coming to the other part is that, as I said, today again, you live in a comfortable world. The new generations, the millennials and Gen Z, the technology is advanced so much that I need not mention any particular walk of life, especially the communication, the social media connections, or healthcare, or transportation, or you name it. I mean, the comfort and certain amount of the level of satisfaction is guaranteed. But that's where the problem. The technology can always, with the next technology, can be disrupting. It can upset you. Your initial success in your career may be short-lived. You will face challenges. You will have other things. But being a salesperson, you have handled all this. So this tackling the fear of the unknown, that's where you will score. Again, this kind of situations always will polish your personality, will make you a better human being. You become uh, you learn to level up continuously, and if you are smart enough, become a high value personality. And also, as a last point, I would say that see, today one problem is that social media and other connections, see, they work on certain algorithms, so which are a little manipulative. But when you work in a sales, you're used to rejection. You learn to handle, so you learn to create. How do you handle rejection? In one simple term, it's a very large topic. It could be in business or even in your personal life, your dating life, or wherever it is. How do you handle it in simple terms? If I talk it in marketing terms, create a sense of abundance. You're not begging for your business. As I said, see, there could be powerful competitors, but the competition may not have you. So I, as a person there, if the customer is convinced that I'm the value addition here, that's why it is. Same way, this rejection handling, creating a sense of abundance in your sales options or even in your personal life, that's a tremendous thing which we get from the sales option. Next one. So I think I have shared a lot of insights about the sales career I've experienced, and what I loved about it, and what are uh, the the plus points, and what is exciting about it. So now maybe you can share your feedback. What you, I guess, ma'am, we have some 5 to 10 minutes for the feedback.
Yeah, sure, sir. So we have Rajvin. Rajvin, would you like to ask any question or share any feedback? It was really wonderful. So I have one question. So
Yes, ma'am.
usually people say, sales is a very stressful job, and these days, anyway, people are having a lot of stress. So, how would you share your experience as a salesperson? How it has been for you, and how to manage that kind of stress?
See, the stress. If you look at the fundamental uh, reason for generation of stress is that it always surprises us. That is something hitting you which we had not anticipated. So that is the origin of which we might struggle to deal with. So that is the primary cause of stress. As I said, some of the issues in logistics, product, or whatever, or customer relations, you could face that. So, see, one thing I've learned by working with multinational companies, and especially the American companies, is that see, their belief system is entirely different. They don't accept. One difference is that they don't accept fate. Something called fate, which we Indians use very often. So that means they say that there's no, they don't like surprises. So it is the very real strategic planning, the very professional approach, and very detailed planning in an organized way when you approach and handle things, your business. At least, see, even then, I would say that 100%, you cannot guarantee that nothing will fail. Things will still fail. But if you have covered your, if you have fortified yourself 60%, 70%, I'm sure you will be at a much better position and frame of mind mentally to handle the situation, and you will get over it much faster and in a better fashion than any other person who does not have this grounding.
Thank you. I think we have Rajvin as well. Rajvin.
Hi.
Um, Basically, sir, I need to ask you that how do we I'm a trainer, so how do we increase our audience and increase whenever we do podcasts, whenever we do, I'm a laughter yoga therapist, so whenever I do, I want to make sure there's a lot of people in the room, there's lot of people listen and people like to listen to me. How do how do I? And recently, I've joined Mavin for 3 years, and I'm doing successfully. And my question is, um how do I um increase my
Audience.
audience for physical sessions?
Yeah. By the assumption is that, as I said initially, you prepare yourself with the content. With I'm not sure exactly what exactly is the type of content you are offering. Whatever may be, assuming that you have a solid content, which is which will certainly be valuable to a certain set of people. See, not everything is appealing to every people. The problem with the generic approach to the sales or marketing of any business or service is that, so we don't define our target audience very specifically. See, it's a big universe. See, when you look at it broadly, the universe can be very big. You target it in sales there, that you don't follow the shotgun approach. You have to follow the sniper approach. Sniper is a gun. When you shoot, it looks at a very specific pointed target. Shotgun, you have a wide range, where the pellets get distributed across. So that is equally true of even in a situation like yours. So once you have your going beyond your big universe of your targeted audience or customers, you identify your something called, there is a term called TAM, total accessible market. See, out of this universe, how many or how much can be accessed with your content, with your resources and situation. So once you identify that very clearly and maybe further refine it, out of the target market, what is your target? You refine it and bring it down further. So then this audience, once your audience is very clearly, specifically defined, the next is reaching out to them. Ensure that you reach out to them, connect with them, engage them, and convey them that the about the value you're going to be offering. They will come on their own, and you will have your sessions full. You will struggle to accommodate people.
It's actually my market is actually for my podcast, and for my podcast we have 10 people. Even for outside of this, for Rajun and Warren also, my own podcast is Rajun, my name. And my trouble is physical sessions. My expertise is laughter yoga. So last two physical sessions, I go to National Cancer Society very often. The boss likes me, everything, but certain times, due to my health reasons, I laugh a lot. So this advantage is, maybe I lose my voice or people cannot hear me. so they don't come back. So and then what happens is the boss's boss, not my direct boss, the boss's boss, um, cancels the class, and because they said not enough people. So do I present with a mic, or do I to increase my sales, or do I just present without a mic and speak from the heart, laugh from the heart, and train from the heart? What do I do?
See this kind of the services or the sessions. I think see, especially the early comers. I I think quite a lot of it is you have to create that word of mouth referrals. So I'm not sure how far you have engaged with the audience who attended your early sessions. So how many of them are referring new people? How many of them are they come back to your sessions as repeat attendees? I'm not sure. You can take a look at it because see this kind of sessions and services. The reviews play quite an important part. So people, see nobody wants to waste their time. Not only that, beyond wastage, once you come into a session like this, you are bound by courtesy to complete the session, to attend it. If you're offering a 2-hour session, they are bound to complete it. So if they don't like it, it would be kind of frustrating for them. So your early attendees, I mean, assuming that you delivered a fantastic session and they didn't value it, so you have to re-engage with them, reconnect with them, and use their positive reviews or testimonials to further spread word about to evangelize your services to further to your target TAM.
And also perhaps Rajvin can also try for a salesperson who can help you to outreach.
Absolutely. See, everything requires selling, ma'am. See,
Yeah,
I'll tell you the major issue today we have is that see, everyone is so distracted, right? I mean,
yeah,
how many calls you get every day? How many telecallers, apart from the work you do as a full time. No, how many people are, and if you are also active on social media and other platforms, how many hits you get for buying various products and services. That means, people are distracted, people are bored. So
yeah,
that is where the importance of a salesperson who can approach the customer at the right time with the right communication, and engage with the customer so that convey that value what you're offering to the customer, then he will be yours without much effort.
yes, definitely. Thank you so much. It
Thank
was
you
really,
so much.
really wonderful,
Thank
important
you so much,
lesson.
Mr. Haridas. Gave us a really
Thank you.
I'm actually relieved actually, because my classes were cancelled for the past 1 month physically, uh, saying that they have events, and they have so many rooms in National Cancer Society of Malaysia. One class is cancelled by me due to my health reasons, but one class is cancelled by them. They shouldn't.
You're in Delhi, ma'am?
No, I'm in Malaysia,
Oh, you're in Malaysia. Okay.
dialing in from Malaysia. So this is what happens in Malaysia and all parts around the world. But yeah, so my colleague, Mr. Warren, and all of people associated with me, Warren, Minika, Shabana, everybody gave me some sort of confidence that you can do it. I'm also a part of the pageant, so I also organize uh, events for the differently able and everything like that. So um, when we work so hard, our we get we get disappointed because I'm actually I'm actually a differently able person. I'm actually born with cerebral palsy, and I easily get rewarded for my hard work, but I also get disappointed when somebody disappoints me. But it's okay. Um,
Well, ma'am,
like
it's always, see, there are a lot of, as I said, in this world, what you realize is that not everyone is bad. There are a lot of smart guys, a lot of people, who are willing to help, who can, with with one call, with one referral, who can help your cause. So it's
so,
important that
yeah,
you have some people who can do this kind of engagement with your audience or your target market uh,
yeah.
in a very.
So yeah. So thank you so much, and I hope to have a part two. I think Shabana, this is a very good
Yeah,
topic.
sure, we can connect separately, ma'am.
It's
My pleasure.
actually
My pleasure.
actually get part two of this. Thank you, Shabana.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Hariji. Thank you so much, Rajbhai. So I think now that we don't have many questions and we are already at 9:04, so we can close the session for today. So thank you
So
so much.
thank you, Shabana, and thank you for giving me your platform to air
Thank you
my
for
views.
coming
I
and
hope.
sharing your wisdom with us. It's very important. I think it's very valuable as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
And
ma'am. Thank you.